Sky-high views of today's race, courtesy the Bud One Airship and Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. 115 laps complete. We're under the third caution of the day for a crash involving at least 4 cars. In turn 2, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, Johnny Benson, Jerry Nadeau were involved. It was the 93 of Dave Blaney that got up and out of the groove, and everybody checked up to try to take avoidance. And several ended up in the wall, and Elliott ended up on top of the hood of Jeff Gordon's car.
They've continued to work on it, Mike. Each lap he comes in, they do a little bit more work. See, they put a lot of tape in there, but the aero package of his Chevrolet is not what it needs to be to run the speeds they run here.
Let's get out the Gordon file on Texas as they work on Bill Elliott's car in the garage area. 1997, slow car, Jimmy Spencer. Gordon is leading, Ernie Irvin in the wall. Hello. Gordon knocked out. 1 year later. Ow. That's gotta hurt.
Oh. Cut a tire down coming off turn 4.
Last year he finished 30th. That's Gordon's best run here. Bill Stevens is back there where all of the hammers are banging in the garage at Bill Elliott's car.
Yeah, Mike, Bill Elliott, not a happy guy, very frustrated. Bill, you've been watching the work on the car here. You're not feeling too good.
Well, I feel fine. I mean, it's kind of been par for the course. I mean, just, you know, last week at Bristol, we broke a transmission. It was kind of a weird deal. And then, you know, I just got caught up in that deal. Wasn't a lot I could do. You know, Jeff got into the, whatever happened, he in the 25 car. And then I would have been okay, but then I got hit from behind. And one of them days.
You going to get back into this thing?
Oh, yeah, we'll get back and ride around a little bit.
Let's go to Ralph Shaheen.
Mike, they've been very busy down here in Jeff Gordon's pit working on the number 24, trying to get him back into some form of aerodynamic shape. The biggest problem is the body, especially all around the front end, trying to get that car to handle the best they can aerodynamically. In fact, they're saying she's not pretty, but we're going to do the best we can to get as many points as we can here today.
Nothing aerodynamic about duct tape, is there?
No, and I'm just looking at the hood. That's the carburetor just under the P on the front of that DuPont Chevrolet there as he goes down, and it's a miracle it didn't knock the carburetor all the way off that car.
That's the truth. And you know, they talked about the Chevrolet at the beginning of the year not having downforce on the front end. Hey, maybe that dent there will put more downforce on the front end.
Ned.
Not what he wants, is it?
No.
Saw Jerry Nadeau's car headed for the hauler. The Danbury, Connecticut driver is out of the race. Let's set the field for you. We have 21 cars on the lead lap. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the class of the field. Bobby Labonte is second. Steve Park is third. Mark Martin fourth, the highest he's been today. And Jeremy Mayfield is fifth in the number 12. Rookie Matt Kenseth is number 17. There's that yellow car in sixth place. Dale Jarrett seventh. Kevin LePage, the outside pole sitter, eighth. The blue roof white car is Rusty Wallace. He is ninth. Terry Labonte is 10th. Mike Skinner is 11th. Dale Earnhardt's 12th. Joe Nemechek, Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip, and also on the lead lap, Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Burton, way back, 17th. Kenny Irwin, Bobby Hamilton, Johnny Benson, and Jeff Gordon are still on the lead lap, but those cars were damaged somewhat in the turn 2 crash.
Riding with Bobby Labonte here in the Interstate Batteries car with the Circuit City camera. I think I mentioned in the pre-race show, Mike, that we'd had 11 straight winners, not a repeat. Bobby Labonte is the only driver who has repeated during that period of time. He did win the last race of the season in Atlanta.
Let's go green at lap 118. Treble front straightaway. Sterling Marlin slams into Elliott Sadler, and Marlin goes for a ride.
Go, pace car, go. Man, the pace car was going down pit road. It looked like Sterling was on his way into there.
A break for Dick Trickle. Dick Trickle's out in front of the race leaders.
And I think the caution will have to come out because Sterling probably won't be able to get out of that wet grass.
Here comes Jeff Fuller trying to race the leaders back, and Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart trying to get back before Dale Earnhardt Jr. is not going to make it. Yes,
he is.
Tony Stewart made it, but Jeff Fuller didn't quite make it.
It all happened on the restart, and again, it has rained so much here all day yesterday, and again last night, that these slick tires gained no grip on that very, very wet grass.
Like his spotter, I'd say straighten the wheel.
Exactly. That's what he needs to do because that's He doesn't realize it has the wheels cut, I don't think.
You've been stuck in the mud.
I have, yes.
Now you'll see the 21 of Sadler on the outside. And the problem, Marlin got squeezed up and right in to Sadler, and then Sadler had trouble getting going to speed.
And we had talked about it before the race started. Anybody got in the grass today was going to be in trouble, Ned.
Yes.
Marlin
it is so wet in there.
Marlin's now lost a lap.
Slid down there on the into that stuff. Now he's getting a little bit of help from the safety workers to push him out. He didn't need a lot of help, obviously. 2 guys were able to get him out of there.
And we're back under caution again. And Elliott Sadler's car goes to the garage. After today's race, get updated standings and more. Just click on racing at cbs.sportsline.com. If you're on AOL, enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Welcome back to Texas. 121 laps complete. Mike Joy with Buddy Baker and Ned Jarrett. Sterling Marlin with an extended pit stop and a lot more of that duct tape. Bill Stevens?
Yeah, you got that right, Mike. They just went through a couple of rolls of that stuff to try to cobble together the front of the number 40 car. Actually, the news isn't as bad as it could have been. Really superficial damage other than the taping on the front. The thing that took them the longest on that pit stop was to get all the grass and the sod out from underneath the undercarriage in the back. Since they had just pitted before that caution, didn't have to change the rubber, obviously didn't flat spot the tires, so he's good to go.
Jeff Gordon makes a pit stop, as does Dick Trickle. Trickle and Tony Stewart were the big beneficiaries of that caution flag. Trickle in turn 2 got out in front of the race leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Tony Stewart nipped him at the caution flag to get back on the lead lap. So cleanup continues, and there is Trickle completing his stop, and he'll roll past Jeff Gordon, to whom much more tape is being applied.
Of course, that's the car that's normally driven by Jeffrey Bodine, the car number 60, and he said yesterday that in an interview with Ken Squire that he planned to race again in California next month.
Yeah, he looked pretty good other than having the cast on his right arm and wearing that brace on his midsection. But he really is alert and he's ready to go back racing, I think, as soon as they remove the braces.
Sterling Marlin makes another pit stop, trying to keep from going another lap down. And as you ride with the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. behind the Chevrolet safety car. Let's get an update on Earnhardt Jr.'s day from Dick Berggren.
He was just talking to his crew, Mike. He was complaining about some debris on the front straightaway here. Obviously, he wants the cleanest possible racetrack in front of him when they drop the green flag. So all of a sudden, here goes NASCAR back out on the racetrack, and sure enough, they found some of that debris. So we should be good to go. They've just told the crews 1 to go. To Ralph.
Bobby Labonte's having a lot of fun talking back and forth with his crew chief, Jimmy Makar. But if you think the life of one of these drivers is glamorous, here's an idea of what Bobby's schedule has been like. This past Wednesday, he was at Greenville Pickens Speedway in South Carolina testing for Martinsville, and he crashed their short track car. Thursday, he came all the way here to Texas. It's been nothing but concerts and autograph sessions, as you would imagine when you're in your home state. And then on Monday, Ken, he's got a television commercial shoot, then a test Tuesday and Wednesday in Talladega. It won't be until next Thursday when Bobby Labonte finally gets a day off, Ken.
Yeah, Bobby Labonte, like so many of these Winston Cup runners, you don't think about all those other things they have to do besides get out here on Sunday. Now you're riding with Tony Stewart, and what a story here. He's up to 19th on this restart. He is in the lead lap, and he's going to be starting in front of Trickle and Gordon and Spencer in that lead lap. It'll be fun to see if he can fight his way back up to the front of the field and run with those top runners. This is the kind of odds he likes to take on. Getting set for a start, here's Mike Joy.
And Ken, they're waving it off. We're going to hold for caution 1 more lap. Jeff Gordon hangs on the lead lap. And here's Adam Petty. Let's catch up with the 19-year-old. His great-grandfather, Lee Petty, a NASCAR champion in the 50s and winner of the first Daytona 500. His grandfather, the King, Richard Petty, winner of 7 Daytona 500s and 7 Winston Cups. His father, Kyle Petty, has been to Winston Cup victory lane as well. And so now he's a 4th-generation driver. That's a first for NASCAR, and it may well be a first for any major professional sport. But there's Adam. He's in 30th place in his first Winston Cup drive. 1 lap down to the race leader. 124 laps completed as they try to tame Texas.